And we begin tonight with breaking news out of Petite. An investigation is underway after a child found dead inside a car.
The Atascosa County Sheriff's Office says that discovery was made near the intersection of Avenue E and Boyd Street at the local Lowe's Market there. Right now, it's unclear how long the child had been in that car, how exactly they died, or how old that child is. This is a developing story, and we'll update you as we learn more information.
Also new at 5, the mother of a 2-year-old boy who is found alone in a West Bexar County neighborhood being charged with child endangerment. Earlier today, the child found alone at the corner of Bright Pass and Hollow Trail near Petrenko Road and North Grossenbacher Road. He was found in just a diaper. Fortunately, that child was not hurt.
A man found dead with a gunshot wound after a fire that investigators think may have been started on purpose.
The 37-year-old Kennedy Miguel Arion was actually found Monday in his own home in a neighborhood in South New Braunfels near West Klein Road and South Walnut Avenue. Garrett Berger talked with neighbors about this shocking discovery.
Smoke billowed from the home on McRae in New Braunfels Monday afternoon.
And then my wife and daughter came out and they ran over there and they were going to knock on the door and heard some popping noises, and so they were like, I'm not doing that. And then they called 911. And
city officials said firefighters tried to enter the house, but the heat and the spreading flames forced them to back off and fight it from outside.
Had to hold off over there because of the smoke. It was very strong.
Afterward, Kennedy Miguel Herrejon was found with an apparent gunshot wound and burn injuries. An autopsy to determine his cause of death is pending. Investigators found preliminary evidence that the fire was set on purpose. All of it unsettling news for neighbors.
It's very concerning.
Definitely very scary.
A day later, the scene is still active. We've seen investigators going in and out of this house as they try to figure out what exactly happened.
Herrejon lived at the house with his wife and kids. His family declined to speak with us. But the fact they weren't there was a relief to the neighborhood.
I was hoping that the kids wouldn't be in there. You know what I mean?
When we checked public records, we found this notice of the property being put up for a foreclosure auction. But we haven't found any record of it actually being sold.
A neighbor also told us police had been to the home recently, before the fire, but we were unable to immediately confirm that with the New Braunfels Police Department.
The last couple of days, I haven't seen any of the cars there. Okay. So I don't know how he came back or if he came back and hopped over the back fence. I don't know.
Right now, more questions than answers. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
A family grieving after their 8-year-old son killed in a shooting. Their other child behind bars and charged with manslaughter in connection to that shooting.
In the preliminary report into this shooting, SAPD says the 13-year-old was suspected of handling a gun when it accidentally went off. Police say no parents or guardians were inside the home on Bob Billis Street on the southeast side when that shooting happened. Tonight, their mother sharing this picture of 8-year-old Daniel Casares. She remembers him as a beautiful soul with a kind and gentle heart. In a statement, she said, quote, "Our sweet boy will be deeply missed, but his love, light, and laughter will forever live in our hearts," end quote. Yesterday, Daniel's father and teen brother were in a courtroom facing a judge for the first time. The judge ruled that the teenager will stay in custody until his next hearing, which is set for August 11th. Happening now, Schertz police are searching for this man. Investigators believe that he tried to kidnap a child from a restaurant parking lot. This happened near Pecan Grove Drive and FM 78. Schertz police say they got a call about a suspicious man, and then when they got to the scene, the caller told police the man allegedly opened their car door and reached inside for their child. The caller said they were able to intervene, though, and stop the attempted abduction. They said the man was dressed in all black, as you see here, and then took off. Officers searched for the suspect with a drone and a K9, but could not find him. Schertz PD says if you have any information on this man's whereabouts, call them 210-619-1200.
A man accused of causing the death of a motorcyclist almost 3 years ago had his trial begin today. Federico Chavez, charged with manslaughter for crashing into 58-year-old Louis Earl Fender on September 5th, 2022. According to police at the time, witnesses say Chavez had been passing vehicles and driving fast before he hit the motorcycle. Chavez, if found guilty, faces 2 to 20 years in prison.
One hill country county is turning its efforts now to clean up after the deadly floods.
Yeah, Kendall County officials today telling our Avery Everett their 9 missing victims from upstream communities have been recovered in total.
Avery joining us now live after a press conference late this afternoon. Avery, what do we know about this new debris management plan?
Well, Kendall County officials say full-time focus on cleaning will start tomorrow, and they're able to do that because of the weeks of search and recovery that have happened here, and also that there has been no indication that the 2 people who are still missing from the deadly hill country floods will be found here. So since July 4th and the deadly hill country floods, officials here say no people from Kendall County have been reported missing related to this flood. Kendall County's biggest concern has been flood damage to property. The Texas Department of Emergency Management is helping in this cleanup effort, and the county is creating a call center that will start fielding calls tomorrow to answer questions about the debris removal process. But first, take a listen to the basics.
Cleanup operations will begin tomorrow, Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, and are expected to continue for approximately 8 to 10 weeks. Work crews will operate 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. across the county until flood mitigation is complete.
The burn ban here is still in effect, and that's something that I want to emphasize because the resources are different here in Kendall County compared to Kerr County. At 6 o'clock tonight, we'll go over some of the more logistics when it comes to this debris removal plan. We'll talk about how you need to sort your trash, where it needs to go, and where it's going to end up. So we'll tell you that at 6. Myra, Steve?
All right, Avery, thank you. If you were affected by the recent flooding, help is still available. Crisis counseling is offered confidentially to neighbors in 6 counties with support in multiple languages, including Spanish and sign language. You can call or text the Disaster Distress Helpline 24/7. That number is 1-800-985-5990. Unemployment benefits may also be available if you lost income or your job because of these floods. You need to apply online or by phone by September 4th for disaster unemployment assistance.
Check out TransGuide on this Tuesday. Let's go to I-35 at Maine, where it appears as if there's a stalled 18-wheeler on the upper deck there. You see it right there off to the south, off to the side there. I believe this is the southbound lanes of I-35 at Maine. A bit of a traffic backup, but it's actually moving pretty smoothly for having a stalled 18-wheeler on that upper deck. Shelby.
And it's still sunny skies, and those sunnier skies that multiple areas today saw allowed temperatures to get to those upper 90s. 96 degrees up in Kerrville, 98 degrees in Warren's backyard in Del Rio, but we even got to 101 degrees in areas of Lavernia today, and that's because of a high pressure making its way into San Antonio, but it's a dry heat, so we're not feeling like we're in the triple digits. We're only feeling 95 degrees in San Antonio right now, 90 up in Fredericksburg. Now, as you go into areas closer to Houston, they're feeling a few degrees warmer because of that humidity, but it's all because of this big blue H, that heat high. That's continuing to be the weather maker today and tomorrow. We're tracking some rain chances later on, but that's going to continue to stick around in areas of northeast Texas as we go throughout the next few days, allowing temperatures to be near triple digits tomorrow. And then Thursday and Friday, and even as we get to the weekend, that's when we're tracking the rain chances. And you can really see the temperatures continue to decrease because of the rain chances. I'll go over what you need to know and why we're seeing the rain chances coming up in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Shelby. Now to the latest on that shooting that killed 4 people, including a police officer in New York City in Midtown Manhattan last night.
We have learned the suspect is 27-year-old Shane Tamura from Las Vegas. Police say that he went inside an office building that is home to the NFL headquarters. Investigators believe that he was trying to target the NFL, but took the wrong elevator. Police say they found a note in the suspect's pocket that said he was sorry and claimed he suffered from CTE, a brain injury, and he asked for his brain to be studied. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is now calling on Congress to take action against gun violence.
Our state is wounded right now, but I want more than that. I want action. I want Congress to step up and use this example of how this weapon of mass destruction destroyed the life of young families. And it's time to act. Really, it's time to act.
Law enforcement sources say in June, someone at a gun show in Las Vegas called in a tip saying that Tamora purchased large amounts of ammunition and an aftermarket trigger. Detectives from the New York Police Department now heading to Las Vegas to investigate.
Tropical Foods has announced they are recalling some of their popular ice cream products. According to the Food and Drug Administration, some Helados Mexico and La Michoacana products have what the FDA termed as undeclared milk. Officials say this can pose a potential threat for people with certain allergies. Those items were sold at retail stores nationally. For more information about the flavors included on this recall, head over to KSAT.com.
A new episode of our streaming series, The Conversation, is out. And in this episode, we're discussing one of the deadliest cancers that you don't hear about often, stomach cancer.
For some reason, Asians, blacks, and Latinos die from it at higher rates. Researchers don't know why. Our Stefania Jimenez sat down with Yolanda Barrera Day, a stomach cancer survivor. She was diagnosed with stage 2 stomach cancer during the pandemic. She is in remission now, and she's using her second chance of life to bring awareness to the disease and convince people to see their doctors when they notice something's wrong.
It was fatigue, right? That kind of alerted me. It was a red flag. But a lot of people that I know, that I've met through this organization and through my efforts to bring awareness to the community, is they have reflux. Well, how many people do you know that say, I just have reflux, I ate something bad, oh gosh, I must have eaten something bad? No, reflux is a thing for stomach cancer. If it's continuous, if it's bad, if it's so bad that you can't sleep or you can't eat a regular meal without getting sick, check it out.
Yolanda shared her journey with Stefania. She's also organizing an event to raise awareness about stomach cancer later this fall. You can watch the latest episode of The Conversation on KSAT Plus right after this newscast.
Well, summer break is winding down and the back-to-school buzz is just around the corner. That means tax-free weekend is around the corner, too. Still to come, which items qualify for savings?
Grocery prices shifting up and down while you shop. Digital shelf labels rolling out fast, letting stores update prices instantly. What could that mean for your wallet? Surge pricing? We'll break it down next. have a favorite restaurant or a favorite hairstylist? SA Picks is back, and we want to know who you think are the top businesses in the city. There are more than 90 categories to vote on. Just scan the QR code on your screen. You can vote for each category once a day, and you have until August 1st to vote. The finalists will be announced on August 19th, and then there'll be another round of voting from August 20th through September 12th to determine the big winners. We'll announce the winners in late September, so cast your vote now for your favorite business to be recognized as the best in San Antonio.
Imagine shopping at the grocery store. You lean down, you try to see what the price is. Well, seeing that price shift up and down right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, that's the reality in stores that are embracing what are called digital price tags. Instead of the paper price tag on store shelves, you might instead start seeing digital shelf labels that can be easily updated. That means the price you pay for something could quickly change several times a day. That as shoppers and regulators concerned, stores might start engaging in surge pricing, charging more for items that are in high demand.
Like charging more for ice cream when it's a hot day or for an umbrella when it's a rainy day.
Walmart has already installed digital tags in more than 400 of its locations, with plans to have them in more than 2,000 stores by the end of next year. Kroger and Whole Foods testing them out as well. Grocers say they will not be using digital tags for surge pricing, but instead they're using them to save on labor.
Well, summer is coming to an end, and it's time to start getting ready for back to school. You can save money during tax-free weekend, of course. That is happening from Friday, August 8th through midnight, Sunday, August 10th. You can buy clothing, shoes, school supplies, and backpacks under $100 without paying taxes for them. Qualifying items can be purchased from a Texas store or online from a business within the state. KSAT also wants to help you get ready to go back to school. We are offering one lucky winner a chance to win a $500 gift card through a special back-to-school sweepstakes on GMSA. You can enter until noon on August 1st. Just go to KSAT.com, search for this giveaway, and fill out the entry form. Look outside with live cam right now. Did we actually hit 100 today?
You were saying August 1st?
Yeah.
That's Friday.
That's it is. Days.
This has not been
make
our
sense.
normal July.
No. It has flown by.
Even today it's warm, but like Sarah said yesterday, it's a dry heat.
It is. And the dry heat, but compared to the humidity heat, those are very different. Now, we don't have the peak temperature in for today just yet, but I'll talk about that coming up later on. But today we are still going to expect temperatures to still be in those 80s, even the low 90s by the time the sun sets. And that's because the temperatures currently are still on the warmer side. We're still sitting in those upper or 90 degrees, and the sun was continuing to be a factor today. So we are expecting temperatures to continue to slowly start to decrease, but it's all because of this heat high. Now, normally we see the heat high multiple times throughout every year in the summer, and that's what gives us that humidity getting pushed into areas of San Antonio, making it feel even warmer. We saw that last week with heat indices getting into the triple digits, but that heat high has been giving us a bit of a dry heat yesterday, today, and it will continue for tomorrow. But tomorrow we're waking up similar situations, still seeing the cloud coverage in the morning, temperatures sitting in those low 70s, some areas even waking up in the 60s in the hill country. But don't worry, in true Texas fashion, we're already near 90 degrees by lunchtime, expecting our afternoon temperature to still get to 100 degrees tomorrow because we're still seeing the clear skies, and that's still allowing for temperatures to be on the warmer side, and that's going to continue at least till tomorrow. Then we're starting to see the humidity return to the forecast with more rain chances. This is another upper level disturbance, another upper level low, making its way into areas of South Texas, and that's giving us a few more chances of rain. Expect similar conditions to last week. Because of this low pressure system, it's bringing all that tropical moisture in as it rotates counterclockwise, and as it does, all the Gulf moisture is going to continue to make its way to San Antonio. But not only that, there's a weak cold front making its way from areas across North Texas, and that's going to continue to push it down Thursday, Friday, and even getting into Saturday, which is why we're tracking that chance for some showers as we go into Saturday. And even Sunday, there can still be some residual and even an extra few showers as we go into Sunday and Monday next week. So we'll keep you posted especially because it is going to be very isolated at times, not only for us here in San Antonio, but for other portions of the state. So we'll keep you posted on the rain, and it's going to continue as we go throughout the next week or so, but we're not expecting a big washout in San Antonio. We're expecting maybe where you see colors in the green, that's about an inch of rain, but other areas can even get half an inch or even a quarter of an inch. Most of the rain is going to be well to the east of us. We're talking areas of New Orleans, even up into Georgia and North Georgia. So we'll keep you posted on that, but that's why we're continuing to see rain chances about 20 to 30% starting Thursday, going through the weekend, which I know rain over the weekend, especially with kiddos wanting to enjoy the last little bit of summer vacation. And even next week, although we're still seeing those mostly clear skies on Monday and Tuesday, still expect about a 10% chance of rain for us, as well as temperatures still being a little on the warmer side in those mid to upper 90s, still feeling a few degrees warmer because of the humidity, guys.
All right. Thank you, Shelby.
All right. Cowboys are clear they want to lean on their offensive line. Yeah. But that offensive line took a blow yesterday, Larry.
It certainly did, with Tyler Guyton going down. We're going to let you know what happened to him. In the meantime, rookie Tyler Booker is extremely happy to be with the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, he is a stud on the O-line, that's for sure. And D'Amico Ryan says that the Texans' offense is catching up to the defense. We got it coming up.
We got a lot of guys on the offensive side who are getting, really better, and it really jumps out in that receiving room to me.
D'Amico gives his wideouts 2 thumbs up in Big Board Sports.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Thomas J. Henry.
Yesterday, Dallas Cowboys offensive tackle Tyler Guyton went down at training camp after he was hurt on a pass play during team drills. Guyton suffered a bone fracture and is looking at a 4 to 6 week recovery period, but he will not require surgery, as reported by ESPN's Todd Archer. Guyton stayed down for several minutes before he was helped up, and he eventually walked off the field under his own power. Number 52, Tyler Booker, is projected to be the Cowboys' starting right guard alongside starting right tackle Terrence Steele. The boys drafted Booker with their first pick, number 12 overall, back in April. We talked with him on Sunday, the first day the boys practiced in full pads.
It's just football, and I'm very excited to put the pads back on. You know, this past year was very different for me because since high school, I've been used to having spring ball. Like whenever March and April rolls around, that's when you're putting the pads on again, and then you're going home for the summer. So kind of missed that contact during that time. So I'm glad to be back, glad to be hitting. Most importantly, I'm glad to be a Cowboy.
How much are you still learning the craft right now?
I'm learning everything about the game of football right now. Like you got to approach every day, every level with a white belt mentality, and that means that like you're at the lowest level. You have to understand that there's so much more for you to learn. And like I feel like no matter if I'm in year 1 or Lord willing year 10, I'm always going to have that mentality because there's always so much more to learn.
The players are off today, and they will resume practice tomorrow. Today, the Houston Texans practice in pads for the second straight day. Yesterday, head coach DeMeco Ryan said the offensive line did a nice job, and today he says the offense is catching up to the defense.
You see it, things evening out more when you put the pads on. Defense kind of had the advantage there early on. We weren't in pads. Defense was making a lot of plays, and now just see things balancing themselves out. Offense is making plays daily. Our quarterbacks are doing a really nice job. Just placing the football in the right spot, and our receivers are making some really tough contested catches, and that's what we want to be. We want to be a tough physical football team.
We will hear from Derek Stingley Jr. coming up tonight at 6.
All right. Thank you, Larry.
Yep.
We'll be right back.
Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on ABC's primetime lineup. At 7 o'clock, it's High Potential. Then at 8 o'clock, 2 hours of Will Trent, followed by the Night Beat at 10.
In a new episode of The Conversation out tonight, our Stephanie Jimenez is discussing one of the deadliest cancers, stomach cancer. She talks with a survivor to learn how she is bringing awareness to that disease. That is on KSAT Plus right after this newscast.
Thanks for watching the News at 5. World News is up next.